Hey Saints, I just wanted to show you something here. This is the front uh, page or whatever on Debka file. Hezbollah launches chemicals and dirty bombs program at secret Syrian site. And I'm bringing this up today because we all realize that Syria is being basically surrounded. You've got, is it 24 countries now as part of the Saudi coalition that's planned. Well, it's doing its um, war games up to 300 some odd thousand uh, in the military and support doing war games there on the northern border of Saudi Arabia and then in Turkey. And then Turkey is bringing um, tanks and troops down. That was, I think, according to RT News today, and has already run several hundred of its now claimed rebels into Syria, so the ceasefire basically is broken with what's going on. But um, we all know that, we've got the Isaiah 17 prophecy about the destruction of Damascus, and from that prophecy, it looks like Israel is the one that hits Damascus. And so you've got that, and then you've got Ezekiel 38:39, which is the attack on Israel, especially the northern half of Israel, and it wouldn't take a big leap to say maybe they flow in that order. You know, Israel attacks or hits Damascus for some reason, right? And that then brings a corresponding attack back down onto Israel. I mean, it wouldn't be rocket science to say that those would fit together in a sequence, but God doesn't sequence those battles that I can find in Scripture. So we're just going to go with what we got here. So you got Hezbollah took over what I guess was like a resort town that had big walls around it, to presumably block viewing what's going on inside. And the speculation right now is that they're working on a radioactive bomb, a dirty bomb, and other weapons of mass destruction, which then Hezbollah's leader, Nasrallah, said that in a recent speech, he sort of threatened that there was going to be an attack. Yeah, I was trying to find that Hassan Nasrallah. Sorry, it took me a second to find that there could be an attack on Haifa that would be like a nuclear bomb or a nuclear bomb effect, said Nasrallah. So there, I think you got the scenario set up, because what would give Israel justification for bombing all of Damascus, and as according to Scripture, it's gone in a day. Well, what if Haifa was attacked by a dirty bomb? And unfortunately, I mean, Scripture does sort of paint a story about the northern half of Israel not faring well, if you want to, kind of put it in some terms there. So I don't know. I'm just curious about how this is setting up here. There was also reports the other day that right as the peace or the truce agreement or whatever they want to call that was formed between NATO and Russia around Syria, all of a sudden a new rebel force sponsored by Iran was inserted onto the Golan Heights. And it happened sort of under the guise of this peace agreement. Troops were moving, and Iran moved this new set of rebels right into the Golan Heights, and Israel didn't catch it. And so now they have people right on the border in the Golan. So you've got that, and so again, if Nasrallah made good on this threat and hit Haifa, I'm confident that that would be enough of a trigger to then attack Damascus, and that's the control system for Assad's forces. Then you've got further stirring of the pot. Syrian regime dropping chlorine bombs on population centers, and this is being reported by Israel. Yalan says. So a speech Tuesday, Israeli Defense Minister Moshe Yalan said Syria had used chemical weapons against its own people during the ceasefire. Over the past few days, the Syrians are using chemical weapons against civilians. They're dropping barrels of chlorine from planes and helicopters onto population centers. And so there you've got a justification for making some sort of a strike into Syria by Israel. So I personally think we're seeing all the elements that set up the engagement of Isaiah 17, and then I would suggest that there may be an ordering there from Isaiah 17 down into Ezekiel 38 and 39. So I just wanted to call it to your attention, Saints. It's right there on Debka's main page. God bless.